Add to Google Sheet node is a very nifty node. It helps you capture the data from your chatbot and save it right within your Google Sheet. Now this helps you if you do not want to give access to your Easy Social account to your team members, but at the same time you want to share this data or you want to save this data in a Google Sheet for future reference. Now let's quickly understand how this node works. Now before we get started, let's quickly build a basic chatbot. So we will first ask for the customer's name. Now this name we will save in a lead data field. So let's click on save and we'll call this customer name. Hit create. Oops, it already exists, so we'll use the one that is already there. Alright, and since this is the first node, we'll mark it as the start node. Now let's add another node. This time we'll add an interactive button response node. We will connect it here and we will ask the customer which service is he looking for. And we will add two button options and we'll call the first one WhatsApp chatbot and we'll call the second option WhatsApp API. Now let's save this in a lead data field as well. So we'll click on save user input value and we'll call this service. So this data, whatever the customer chooses, when they click on this button, this particular value is going to get saved into service. Once they choose the service, we will ask them another question. We'll ask them for their business name. What is the name of your business? And we'll save this in another lead data field. So we'll call this business name. Hit create. Now we'll ask the customer how many employees does he have. So for this we'll give a button response and we'll connect this here. And let's say we give three options. How many employees do you have? And we'll give three button options. I'll quickly write the options here. Under 50, between 50 and 200, and above 200. Alright, so we'll again save this user input by clicking on save and I'll add a lead data field called number of employees and I'll hit create. Now that's it, and in the end I want to give a thank you message. So I'll connect this here and I'll write thank you. Thanks for sharing your details. We will be in touch soon. Alright. And now let's also make this as an end node. Now I'll save this and let's go back to our WhatsApp. Here I can either write 0 or a hi and it will start my chatbot. So I will write my name. My name is Shobit. Now it's asking me what services are you looking for. I select WhatsApp chatbot. Name of your business. Evolve next. Under 50. Thanks for sharing your details. We'll be in touch with you soon. So it's come to the end of the chatbot. So the chatbot is working fine. Now let's go back to our chatbot, and rather let's go back to our conversation here in the chat window, and you can see all this information has been captured. Business name, customer name, number of employees. So all of this information has been captured. Now we want this information to be stored in a Google Sheet. So how we will do that is we will open sheets.google.com and we'll create a new sheet. Open the right account. Give it some headings: name, business name, then number of employees, and then service. Now this is all the information that I need to capture from my chatbot, and I need to save this information right here. So I will call this customer data. Alright, so let's just quickly go back to our chatbot. Let's see if we have not missed out on anything. So first we are capturing the name, then we're capturing service, then business name, and then we're capturing number of employees. I'll just rename this number of employees. Alright, so we've got this right. Now what we need to do is we need to disconnect this once, and we will drag our add to Google Sheet node right between the last two nodes, and we will connect it right here, and we'll link the Google Sheet node to the end node. Now basically, after capturing all the information, we want to pass it on to a Google Sheet. So for this, when we click on Google Sheet node, it's going to give us an option to select a Google Sheet. So it's going to give us an option to log in with a Google account. So we'll choose the Google account that we used just now to create a sheet. Once we select this, it's going to ask us to provide certain permissions. If all the permissions are provided, then we'll see the sheet that we just created. It's called customer data. We'll select this. Now it's giving an option called add. We'll keep this option as it is. Then we'll click on add more data. Now here we have to define the column. For example, column A, I want to add customer name. Alright, and in column B, let's write B here. Let's go back and check. In B, I want the business name. So we'll pick business name from here. I'll add one more. I'll call this C. C is the name of the column. Here you can see A, B, C. Here I want number of employees. So let's pick number of employees. And we add D, which is the last column, and it's service. So I'll choose the service lead data field here. And now I will just double check everything, and I'll hit save. Alright, so that's about it. It's as easy as it gets. Now we'll just quickly go back to our WhatsApp and we'll test things out again. So let's write a hi. Ask for my name. I'll write the same information again this time. Show with WhatsApp chatbot. Involve next. Under 50. It's gonna take a bit, but then you get your final response. And now let's go back to our Google Sheet, and you see all the data has been added right here. So now we will repeat the same process just to verify and validate whatever we're trying, is it happening correctly. So this time again I'll write a hello, and it's asking my name again. This time I'll type my name Ajay. This time I'll choose WhatsApp API. Name of my business, let's say Samsung Electronics. Above 200. So it takes a while and then it adds the data. So if you notice it, whenever it needs to submit the data to Google Sheet, it takes a while. So it can delay the whole experience of your customer. So it is best to keep this note towards the end of the conversation and not use it multiple times throughout the conversation, so that the response time does not slow down and the customer have a more seamless and a smoother and a faster experience. I hope Add to Google Sheet is going to be a great boon for your workflow. Try to use it. If you face any problems, do reach us out. Thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video.